The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
From the Kutso Gymnasium on the campus of Stamford High School, it is High School Hoops Night on the HAN Network as the girls take to the court in a matchup featuring two teams tied for fourth in a very tightly contested FCIAC playoff race. Good evening, fans. I'm Frank Renito sitting alongside Kevin Coleman as we get set for what should be a great game tonight featuring the Greenwich Cardinals here against the Stamford Black Knights. Kevin, it is pink night here for the Black Knights. They've got those great shirts on. Still trying to figure out how we can get one of those.
It seems like every time, especially during football season, we were able to grab a little bit of swag from each team. But, yeah, those are sweet shirts they got rocking during the pregame warm-ups. I like them a lot. Now, just has to come out on the floor tonight. This is a Stanford team that we know is a strong team. We've seen them already. Unfortunately, they came on the losing end against Richfield Tigers. This is also a Greenwich team coming in that want to win on the road.
Those are the Richfield Tigers who have really separated themselves from the pack with the Trumbull Eagles. Not far behind, though, you've got a mix of teams all within a half game of each other for that third place position, including the Greenwich Cardinals and Stamford Black Knights. Both teams coming in off losses, but this is a game that you really need to find a way to win, both sitting 6-2 in the conference with only 25 days remaining till the FCIAC tournament.
Well, Frank, you look at that playoff picture right now on the bubble. There's a tie for fourth place right now, and these two teams are one of them. So one of these teams is going to come out, and they're going to be fighting for that fourth spot in the playoff picture. Right now, it's them, it's Norwalk. You talk about all these teams sitting at around 8-3, 8-4. These are some strong teams that are trying to get into that third or fourth spot. No one's going to catch the Richfield Tigers and the Trumbull Eagles at this point. These are two strong teams. They're going to finish out really strong, but these two teams are going to actually really give some teams some trouble.
It'll definitely be an interesting finish down the stretch this season. Of course, Trumbull holding the tiebreaker over Richfield at the top. They won their only meeting 40-35. For Greenwich, they come in having lost recently to Ridgefield, 63-51. That was their first loss in conference play. And then they fell to Staples after that, so they're really trying to right the ship right now. Stanford comes in off a loss out of conference against the Ossining co-op team. It's so tight right now, and both these teams struggling, too, playing in a very competitive West Division, which features 6 teams at the top of the 8 playoff standings right now.
Yeah, how crazy is that West Division right now for girls basketball? But for Greenwich, coming off that loss to Staples. Staples, another team that's in around the bubble there that's going to give some teams trouble. Frank, we talk about it all season long. You've really hit it on the nose. They didn't make their free throws that night. They really struggled from the line, and that's the reason why they lost that game.
It will certainly play a big factor tonight, as it does every night. But we'll give the girls an opportunity before we start harping on the free throws. Kevin, let's step aside, but when we get back, we'll have the starting lineups and the first quarter of action from the Kutso Gymnasium on High School Hoops Night here on the HAN Network.
Start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com. Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on the HAN network, it is Frank Renillo and Kevin Coleman coming to you live tonight from Stamford High School. Greenwich Cardinals and the Stamford Black Knights on the Black Knights Pink Night here from Kutso Gymnasium, getting ready for an FCIAC tilt. Kevin, one thing we didn't mention in that pregame, these two teams met in the Class LL Championship game last year, a 50-45 win for the Black Knights.
Yeah, the Greenwich Cardinals want to come back and get some revenge, especially on the Black Knights court here. This is a big game for both teams, and we mentioned it just before we went off air, Frank. And both teams, if whoever wins really takes a major step towards a better seed in the playoffs.
Both teams would move into a tie for third with a win tonight with the Danbury Hatters, and both these squads have got Danbury later on in the schedule, so they would control their own fate with that third place position. Stamford has still got to face off against Danbury, as we said. Greenwich with Trumbull lurking not too long after this one. Crazy to think, Kevin, only 25 days till the postseason starts as we're underway here from Kutso Gymnasium.
And it feels like the winter season just started, Frank. You're right. A lot to look forward to, though.
Well, the weather is certainly feeling like winter the past few days. An ice storm, nor'easter coming through, crazy winds, and the rain continuing to fall. It is gross outside, but happy to have you inside with us here, and I'm sure the girls are happy we finally closed the door since we don't have to go to the rig anymore.
It is ugly out, Frank. I'm sure a lot of people are, lucky to, lucky to be inside, and if you're at home and enjoying it on the comforts of your home.
Kevin, take us through these first few minutes. You've got 8-minute quarters now, so let's say those first 3 minutes, what do both teams need to do to set the tone?
Well, if you're Greenwich, get some quick points, put some pressure on, especially as the away team. And if you're Stanford, put the pressure on Greenwich as well. Get some buckets. They have the size advantage, Frank, and that's something that they need to take advantage of tonight.
Loose ball on the floor. Alexa Kellner came up with it momentarily, and it finds Martha Gurand. Now Brooke Kelly controlling as they work from right to left to the Black Knights on your screen, wearing the all-whites, the Greenwich Cardinals, and the red shirts and red bottoms. Let's take you through tonight's starting lineups. And for the hometown Stamford Black Knights, it'll be Andrea O'Connor, Megan Lancidel, Martha Gurand, Alexa Kellner, and Brooke Kelly. For the Greenwich Cardinals, who picked up their first bucket right there, it is Kim Kokenmeister, along with Jayla Faison, Emily Anderson, plus Amanda Yu. And finally, rounding out those 5 is Shay Galetta. 6:40 remaining and a 2-0 lead for Greenwich.
Yeah, you're already seeing that full court press that Greenwich has put on. That's the kind of pressure I like to see from these Cardinals early on, Frank. That's something they want to do, especially as the away team, but a great finish there for the Black Knights.
And it comes from the senior captain, Martha Gurand. Gurand going to play such a pivotal role for the Black Knights down the stretch. We spoke with Dave Rudin of the Rudin Report earlier today on Nutmeg Sports, Kevin. And if you look at his mid-season report article, Gurand was a player that the coaches really felt was a wild card. Could have the biggest impact down the stretch from a secondary role because you've got one of the best players in the state, they believe, in Alexa Kellner.
And you also can't forget Andrea O'Connor. You talk about size advantage. Just having those 3 on the court itself, really puts a toll on some teams. Especially with teams like the Greenwich Cardinals, who really play more of a small size on the court, but they can beat you with their quickness and their ball movement.
Conforti through the rack, going up through contact. Couldn't get it to goal, and Brooke Kelly the rebound, but turned over quickly. There's Faison. She's going to pull up from the free throw line. No good. A strong rebound. It's turned over. No, they'll say we'll stay with the Cardinals.
You're seeing how quick hands here for the Greenwich Cardinals on their D. With the full court press, they're going to come at the guards. Whoever is bringing the ball up court needs to take care of the basketball.
And this one is turned over out of the hands of Kokenmeister. And you remember the last time we were here, Kevin, when we saw Stamford and the Richfield Tigers square off. Black Knights got off to a slow start, scoring not easy to come by. It was a 43-39 game, and most of their points coming in that fourth quarter. So we talked about Greenwich wanting to get off to a fast start, but for the confidence of the Black Knights, they've got to want to knock down early shots. And there's a big three there from Kellner.
Big three-pointer from Kellner, rocking the pink shoes tonight. It's a big three-pointer for the Black Knights.
I'm glad you noticed that, because it was a pro move having the matching pink shoes for the pink out night.
You have to.
O'Connor with the steal, and now Kellner's going to go up with the left hand. Nice touch off the glass. Quickly up to 5 points.
Nice combo there. O'Connor to Kellner on the break. Nice job.
Throwing there is Anderson. Cross court, and a three-pointer is no good. Battle for the rebound, and Faison controls. Now down low, runner from the baseline. Nice job there, Julia Conforti off the bench. She's got her first 2 points.
Nice little runner there by Conforti. Here comes a double team there, Frank. Here it comes.
And a quick timeout taken by Coach Diane Burns as Lansadell was trapped in the corner. 4:37 remaining. It is 7-4 Black Knights. Let's step aside. We'll be right back on the HAN Network.
Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Palo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Back on the HAN Network, 4:37 remaining here in the first quarter. Greenwich trailing Stanford 7-4. And Kevin, one thing we've seen through these first 3.5 minutes, and it's been a constant this season, sloppy play at the starts of these games, a lot of turnovers, and it's been a consistent theme throughout both the boys and girls games in this early season.
Nice three-pointer there, and Frank, going back to what you just said, great point. And to think that, especially now that it's halfway through the season now, to think that teams can't get off to a fast start, you're right, a lot of slow starts, especially for midway point of the season. I think teams would be adjusted by now.
That last three came from Brooke Kelly as she's now running in transition inside to O'Connor. And the lead quickly up to 8.
How about Brooke Kelly? Hits a three-pointer, goes down court, next possession, finds Adrian O'Connor with a nice assist.
Anderson an open look, and she knocks down the 18-footer.
Nice shot there by Emily Anderson. Big bucket for the Cardinals.
Durand inside, too strong, but O'Connor, the rebound and putback is good. You can see the Black Knights really trying to run in transition right now. They caught the Cardinals sleeping that time.
Yeah, they're doing a great job killing the full court press.
Step back three was no good. As missing that one was Shea Galetta. Inside Anderson, up off the glass, strong take through traffic.
Whew. Nice little smooth play by Emily Anderson.
There's Kelly. She steps back. Jumper's no good, but another offensive rebound? No. Galetta wrestled that one away.
Yeah, play has really picked up here, Frank. Both teams really playing strong down this stretch.
Faison the steal, and O'Connor the block. Kelly picked up her dribble. Good job by Guerin to help. Looking for help. Here's Lansadell. Kicked out. O'Connor with the 10-footer. Just rolled over the front iron, but again, the aggressive mentality early on from the Black Knights.
Yeah, that's why they have a 14-8 lead right now. And got to finish those layups there, Frank.
Amanda Yu is checked back in. That's going to be a travel there. Skipping a dribble that time did Kellner. You see a timeout about to be taken from Coach Hernandez. Let's step aside as well. 2:41 remaining. It is 14-8 in favor of the Black Knights right here on the HAN Network.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
High school hoops night on the HAN Network from Kutzo's Gymnasium here on the campus of Stamford High School. The defending FCIAC and state champion Black Knights with a 14-8 lead over the defending runner-up Greenwich Cardinals from that Class AA championship game last year. Good little run there from the Cardinals to bring this back to 6, but it's obvious now with that trap you're seeing from Stamford and the way they've pushed the tempo, they're trying to get Greenwich out of a comfort zone and forcing them to make quick decisions here in this first quarter.
They are. It's because Greenwich, with their misses, can't get back on defense quick enough. And even when they do score, they had the full court press, and the Black Knights are doing a stellar job of breaking that full court press. Really getting the advantage down low. You see Andrea O'Connor and Alexis Kellner with some quick layups there.
And Kev, over to our left right now, we can see Kim Kokenmeister is down on the floor behind the Greenwich bench in some pain. That's something we'll keep an eye on. Good finish inside there from Galetta.
And Frank, to touch upon that real quick, right before they call a timeout, she mentioned to the bench that she needed a minute, saying that she wanted, she needed some rest. So that's interesting call. We'll see what happens. Hopefully she's back in the game soon.
And a charge called here. Good job, Brooke Kelly, getting her feet set. Our first foul of the game comes with 2:13 remaining in the first. It will go on Shea Galetta.
How about Brooke Kelly? Playing the JV game, played a great second half. She comes in and gets that big offensive foul. Great job. I always love seeing that. Excuse me, Frank. I always love watching, if you're a sophomore or junior, you're playing minutes in the JV game, then you come out, make an impact in the varsity game. I love seeing that.
14-10 with under 2 minutes remaining, and I couldn't agree more, Kevin. It's the best way to develop players. Some coaches are so hesitant, and you keep these players stuck at the end of a bench, and it doesn't allow them to fully develop as an athlete.
And there it is again, a prime example. Brooke Kelly, head up, dribbling the ball up the court. Camille Martinez didn't make the three, but still she's finding the open players, making an impact on the varsity level, which is huge.
Great hustle there from Anderson to keep the possession alive with a minute 15 remaining. Inside Phi zone, and the foul gets it to go. Strong take. Kevin, we have an out-of-town score update. The Norwalk girls beat Staples 72-44, so they will maintain a share for the tie of fourth place. Well, for the time being, they've actually moved in to a tie for third place now with Danbury.
Talk about 2 games tonight that are big within that middle of the pack. Talk about this game right here that we're doing, and Norwalk Staples. 4 of these teams are so evenly, matched. And it's a good night for girls basketball here in the FCIAC.
Deep three-pointer on the way off glass, and it's good. Camille Martinez knocks it down.
And the bank is open from Camille Martinez. Confident shooter. Great shot there.
Galetta inside had it blocked. Strong rebound from Anderson, and a jump ball. Ruled possession arrow pointing towards the Black Knights.
Great defense there by the Black Knights. Get the ball back after a big three-pointer. Here's Brooke Kelly. We'll see what kind of offense they run here, Frank.
With 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Martinez up top, looks to the right wing and finds Guerin. O'Connor flashes outside. A lot of motion here coming from the Black Knights. Martinez going to spot up another three. No good that time, and the rebound controlled by you.
Good look by Martinez. She's a good shooter. Keep feeding her the ball.
Conforti trying to go inside and had it taken away.
How about that?
Good hustle.
This is the three. Great defense there.
Good ball moving here. O'Connor going to go up strong. Had it blocked the first time. And they will say it is out of bounds with 1 tick remaining on the clock. 19-13 the score. As you looking up court, finds Conforti, steps back underneath. Probably wouldn't have counted, but a good effort from the freshman. Through 8 minutes of play, the Black Knights hold a 6-point lead. It is 19-13 in favor of Stamford. Let's step aside. We'll be back with more high school hoops after this on the HAN Network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back on the HAN Network, Frank Granito and Kevin Coleman here at Kutso Gymnasium in Stamford High School. 19 in the first quarter there for the Greenwich Cardinals, for the Stamford Black Knights, and 13 for the Greenwich Cardinals. A balanced first quarter. I thought we saw good play from both sides, but early turnovers clearly the difference in why Greenwich is chasing 6, Kevin.
They are. A couple of missed shots, which led to Stanford going on a fast break, which led to some fast break points. I thought Stanford did a great job of breaking the full court press in that first quarter. We'll see if Greenwich Cardinals stick with that full court press with the half court trap. You know, this is going to be a good game. Greenwich needs some early buckets though to get the momentum back on their side.
They will start with possession here in the second quarter. Hugh, Faison, Galetta. Kokenmeister is checked back in, and Anderson are the 5 on the floor for Coach Hernandez. And you can hear over to our left, Kevin, on the bench, Coach Hernandez preaching, take care of the ball. There's another turnover to start the quarter.
Good to see that Kokenmeister back in the game. She was getting treated by the medical staff, so it's good to see she's back on the mend.
Guerin and O'Connor in the front court. For the Black Knights, they are joined with Jagodzinski.
Oh, what a great look by Brooke Kelly.
Jagodzinski's shot is off. Kelly, and Martinez make up the backcourt. 19-13, 7 minutes remaining. Kokenmeister up top. Dribbling around, trouble there is Faison, and a blocking foul called.
And Frank, going back to that last offensive play there for the Black Knights, Andrea O'Connor just splitting off after the pick from Brooke Kelly. Great toss, a little backdoor pass right down the post. You know, Andrea O'Connor has missed a couple layups early on. See if she can clean that up.
Last touched by the Black Knights. It will stay with Greenwich. A strong take there by Kokenmeister, but couldn't convert. Julia Conforti, the freshman, seeing big minutes here in this first quarter. Anderson, another offensive rebound, going up strong, but it was blocked that time by Guerin. Kelly head up all the way, finds Martinez. She goes to the rack. Little scoop layup, no good.
Good look by Martinez. And Frank, there you see it. There's that size advantage that Stanford has. Andrea O'Connor getting some nice rebounds, couple blocks.
Kokenmeister for 3, off the back iron, no good. Martinez looking to run. Head court pass for Kelly. Had to re-control and got the reverse to go.
How about that reverse? Brooke Kelly, great start for her. Good pass by Camille Martinez.
First points of the second quarter coming at the 1:45 mark. Now an 8-point lead. So we see Galetta, Kellner, and Lancidel getting ready to check back in. Cardinals very patient on this possession. Kokenmeister couldn't quite control that one, and now you being pressured in the backcourt. Hands off for Conforti. And down low to the left corner. Crossover by Faison and the one-handed runner. Good finish there, and the Cards are on the board here in the second quarter.
Pretty runner there by Faison. Great job.
Oh, what a look that time, though. Offensive rebound by O'Connor, and she finishes. But again, the vision from Brooke Kelly setting it all up.
And Greenwich needs the box out there. Both sides of the floor, they're getting beat on the boards. Stanford doing a great job of boxing out and getting those extra hustle points.
Trapped up top was Kokenmeister. You bobbled that one momentarily, then recontrols. Faison with the mid-range jumper, no good off the baseline. Anderson going up strong, and she draws the foul. Will head to the free throw line.
Nice job by Anderson there, not giving up down low. She gets to the line, she'll shoot two. And Frank, this is where Greenwich really struggled last game against the Staples Wreckers at the foul line. See if they can improve that tonight.
Anderson's first attempt is good.
Even though they're losing, I think Jayla Faison really impressed me so far with her ball skills, getting by defenders. She needs to get more involved in this offense for the Greenwich Cardinals.
2 for 2 from the line for Anderson, and I felt the Greenwich offense has been at its best now working against that 2-3 zone when Faison has been aggressive and penetrated to the scoring areas.
Now we see Greenwich in man-to-man. Again, they're just getting beat down low, Frank.
And that'll be a tough matchup all night for the Cardinals if they try to play man-to-man against Guerin. Faison down low to the baseline, goes up, had it blocked from behind. This time it was Kellner. Fourth block of the night for the Black Knights. Fagzinski going up, and it's an offensive foul.
Nice job by the freshman there, Julia Conforti. Having the awareness to plant both feet. Nice job.
It's the second offensive foul we have seen against Stanford. Their fourth foul here in the first half.
You know, Frank, if I'm playing the Stamford Black Knights, it's got to be pretty intimidating to not only have Andrea O'Connor and Martha Garand on the floor, but to have Alexis Kellner as well. My goodness.
And Kellner is a guard for this Black Knights team. She might be a center on any other team in the conference. There's a fifth block of the night. Kelly the rebound, and now she wants to run. Good hustle there from Kokenmeister. I will say she touched that ball while laying out of bounds. So it will go with the Black Knights.
Nice job by Kim Kokenmeister there. Nice hustle points there, back on D. Both players diving for the ball. As a basketball fan or any coach loves to see that hustle.
Greenwich has switched to a zone now as they find Martinez in the corner. She's going to let a three-pointer go. Nothing but net. Her second of the night.
Smooth from the corner there downtown by Camille Martinez. Nothing but net.
28-17, largest lead of the night for the Black Knights. Anderson ducks under traffic inside, but took one too many steps to get to the rack.
Yeah, bad turnover there by the Greenwich Cardinals. Good look, though. That's something they need to keep fighting. You see Emily Anderson coming up to the elbow. They can't leave her wide open.
Martinez off the mark as she found another open look. Going back inside, Guerin. Good pressure there from Anderson, but the second effort too strong.
Great job there. Not giving up is Guerin. Gets the putback. Nice hustle points down low.
Now a 13-point lead. Galetta going to let a three go. Well off the mark that time. Up court pass from Martinez to Kelly is good, and now it is a 15-point lead. There's a big run here from the Black Knights.
Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Hernandez calls a timeout pretty soon. But a good layup there, good find by Faison to Emily Anderson.
Martinez all the way across. Kelly with it. Puts it on the floor, wanted to go down low to Guerin. And was last touched by Jayla Faison.
Greenwich needs some defensive stops here before it really starts to get out of hand.
And we saw it right here in front of us. There was almost an errant pass, just an area pass. Camille Martinez could field with ease because those Greenwich players in transition now are just trying to hurry to get back. So used to the transition offense here.
That's why sometimes, Frank, in basketball you see a lot of players when they're going back on defense, run backwards. You see them. But now we see Emily Anderson. A little hurt on the sideline here. She's going to get checked out. Looks like a lower leg injury.
She's taking her right shoe off. She's got a brace under there already, but we'll check back in momentarily and see if the training staff discovers anything else. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. It is a 32-19 Stamford lead in a rematch of the 2016 Class Double L Championship. Frank Granito and Kevin Coleman, we thank you for joining us on High School Hoops Night here in the conference. As Faison going up to the rack. No good. And it bounced and hit her, but it landed out of bounds already. Whether you are watching at HAN.network or on the HAN Network app, following along via Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, we're happy to have you with us and encourage you to follow us on all platforms if you don't already. Kokenmeister going up to the rack, no good. Good pressure from Guerin again. Lancidel running in transition. Off the glass with the left hand, that one too strong. This one tied up, and a jump ball will stay with Stamford.
Nice job by Guerin there. Getting that jump ball possession towards the Black Knights' way.
Almost had it taken away. So in the game for the first time tonight, we see Shanice Silpot. Lancidel's pass a little too hot to handle inside.
Greenwich continues. They need to continue getting these defensive stops here, Frank. They want to try and get back into this game. Try and finish the half out strong here going into the locker room. Something that Coach Hernandez would love.
Faison has got this one on the floor, looking for help down low, but found Camille Martinez instead. Tried to send one up court, but it was read by Shea Galetta, and that's a carry for sure.
Yeah, it's going to get called every time. She had Jayla Faison open down court to try to take that extra dribble. Unfortunate turnover there for the Cardinals.
Conforto, it will be spelled this time by Michelle Morganti. One thing that both teams have got going for them right now, Kevin, a lot of youth getting experience as Kellner knocks down that jumper from the free throw line.
And we know how good Kellner can shoot. Haven't seen it much so far in this first half. But she can knock down that jumper anytime.
Galetta isolated up top momentarily, and now they find Faison. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Bounced around a couple of times, and it will stay with Greenwich now. The lead at 15. It's the largest we've seen all night. This is the second time we've seen it this big. Kokenmeister climbed the ladder for that one with 7 on the clock. Faison's got to isolate. Sends it over. Morganti's got to put it up, and they won't get a shot off as Kokenmeister was after the buzzer. That possession sort of summing up the end of that first half for the Greenwich Cardinals.
Not a strong finish there for the Cardinals. They would have liked to at least get a shot off before the end of the buzzer there. But going to the locker room, if you're the Stamford Black Knights, you have to be very happy with the play.
34-19, a 15-point lead for the defending conference and state champions. Let's go back up to our Shelton studios with our own Kate Chaplensky for an HAN in-game news update.
I'm Kate Chaplensky, and this is your in-game news update on the HAN network, bringing you the latest local news for Tuesday, January 24th. Including the Stratford woman was killed early this morning when she was struck by a car on Longbrook Avenue. Stratford police have not identified the woman other than saying that she was 64 years old. The woman was crossing Longbrook Avenue near Patterson Avenue when she was struck by a vehicle around 6:45 in the morning. She was taken to Bridgeport Hospital where she was later pronounced dead. The crash occurred on the road behind the rear parking lot of Burlington Coat Factory, and traffic was rerouted at Patterson Avenue and Carriage Place. The scene is roughly 1/10 of a mile from Stratford Police Headquarters. Updates on that story will be posted at stratfordstar.com. And Danbury police are investigating a man caught on video last week taunting minority Danbury High School students. The News-Times reports that the man, who has not been identified, was a passenger in a car that came to pick up a high schooler after class ended and was on school grounds legally. Video captured of the scene showed him holding a Donald Trump sign and yelling at minority students, at one point saying, "You'll be out of the country, you expletive illegals." One student reportedly punched the man after that comment. Police officers assigned to the school did not find out about the altercation until after it happened. Two videos of the incident, which occurred several hours after the inauguration of President Donald Trump, were posted online by students. On Monday, a police spokesman said that investigation was continuing. And Stamford police say an alert citizen helped them get a drunk driver off the road this week. Police say a citizen at Scalzi Park reported seeing a heavily intoxicated man enter a vehicle in the park and drive away. As a result of the resident's description, Sergeant Stephen Parada observed the suspect's vehicle on Washington Boulevard and stopped the vehicle with the assistance of the patrol division. The operator, identified as Timothy Bridge of Hope Street in Stamford, was unable to perform field sobriety tests due to his level of intoxication. Bridge was arrested, and a breath test performed during the booking process showed that his blood alcohol content was more than 3 times the legal limit. Police say Bridge is a repeat offender and has multiple prior offenses in both New York and Connecticut. And in other news, a former Greenwich resident was sentenced to 4 years in prison last Friday for defrauding a real estate management company out of over $700,000. Deirdre Daly, United States Attorney for the District of Connecticut, announced that 50-year-old Deborah Biaggi of Fogersville, Pennsylvania, was sentenced to 48 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release for stealing from her employer and related companies and individuals. According to court documents and statements made in court, Biaggi was employed by H.B. Nitkin Group of Greenwich, a privately owned business engaged in real estate management and development. Biaggi served there as an assistant to the chairman of the company. From approximately February 2014 to December 2015, Biaggi defrauded the company as well as key company individuals and members of their families. As part of that scheme, she created fraudulent invoices made out to fictitious companies detailing charges for items such as masonry, carpentry, electrical, and plumbing work. She then used the victims' checkbooks to make checks out to the fictitious companies, purportedly to pay for those invoices. Authorities say she then deposited the checks into her personal bank account. In addition, at different times during the scheme, Biaggi simply stole checks from employees of the company. In total, she stole over $711,000 during the course of that scheme. And a hearing on the case of a shuttered Wilton business that's suing the town of Wilton has been granted an extension recently. Cafe Rouge LLC, a restaurant and yoga studio, filed that lawsuit last May 23rd against the town of Wilton, Wilton Center Development Limited Partnership, and Paragon Realty Group. Cafe Rouge, owned by Annie Horn and Barbara Chopin of Weston, opened at 101 Old Ridgefield Road in Wilton Center back on December 22, 2014, but closed less than a year later. It had been a popular eatery and gathering place until a pervasive petroleum odor caused customers to stay away. That's the reason for the lawsuit. Odors believed to be coming from an illegally abandoned oil tank that's under the building. The town is being sued because it owns the building where Cafe Rouge leased space. But you can get more on that story at wiltonbulletin.com. That does it for this in-game news update. Get the latest Connecticut news, sports, and more weekdays on Coffee Break at 11. This update was brought to you by Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care. Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Richfield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan. Or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now during the Start Something New sales event, now through January 31st.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Back on the HAN Network, thanks to our Kate Chaplensky for that in-game news update in Shelton. She can go home now.
Kate, go home, okay? Got that? Copy that?
34-19, the Black Knights lead the Greenwich Cardinals. Only 6 points for the Cardinals in that third quarter, Kev.
Yeah, great job. I thought the second quarter really stood out to me with these Black Knights. Really great job up and down the court, offensively and defensively. How about those blocks, Frank? Doing a great job down low on the offensive and defensive side. Andrea O'Connor, Alexis Kellner, and Garan are really doing a fine job in that second quarter. Let's see if they can continue that momentum here in the second half coming out of the locker room.
That is, if they come out of the locker room. The Greenwich Cardinals yet to return at this moment in time. But you're right. You mentioned the blocks, and when we were here last time, Kevin, Stanford only scored 39 points in that game. So as impressive as their offense has been, it's really the defensive effort that has shined so far in this one.
It has, and it's shined all season long, I think, Frank. You know, this is a tough team. They have strong hands. They'll steal the ball, but not only that, they'll box you out. They'll get the offensive boards as well. This is a really strong team. And, you talk about these Richfield Tigers and Trumbull Eagles. This is still a really good Black Knight team that still has starters from that championship team last year. They have the experience, so don't necessarily count these Black Knights out for the last stretch of the season.
And we know so well how all you have to do is get into the FCIAC tournament. Whether you are the 8 seed or the 1 seed, there is no easy path to the FCIAC championship. We mentioned earlier that Norwalk defeated Staples. So Norwalk moves into a tie for third position with Danbury at 7-2 in the conference. The winner of this game will also be tied for third. The loser sitting in fourth place in sixth place by themselves as the three-pointer good to start this second half.
Nice assist there by Alexis Kellner. Cross-court pass to Lance Seidel, who knocks down the three. Nice start for the Black Knights.
First bucket of the night for the freshman. She's one of two freshmen in this game we've seen get big minutes. The other, of course, for the Greenwich Cardinals is Julia Conforti.
And Frank, the Cardinals really have been getting some great looks in this game. They just can't seem to finish. And when you got Andrea O'Connor hitting layups like that, and it's tough to come back from. They need to come back now. They can't wait any longer.
Little pocket pass from Faison down low to Anderson. Loose ball battle, and coming up with it was O'Connor. Great lead pass. Here's Kelly in transition. Euro step to the rack. In and out, no good. O'Connor the rebound. Was too strong with the second effort. Just couldn't quite save that one. It'll go back to the Cardinals. Not the start, though, Greenwich wanted through these first 90 seconds. Now trailing by 20.
Not at all. And how about that Euro step there by Brooke Kelly? Got the bench excited. Fortunately didn't go in for her, but great look.
Anderson going up through a double team. She's now up to 10 points on the night. Tied for the leading scorer.
Nice job by Emily Anderson there. This is where Greenwich is getting hurt. They're not getting back on defense, and Stanford's killing them, racing back up and down the court.
The ball movement for Stanford has been so strong tonight, too, compared to what we saw that first time where they played a lot of isolation ball. They were in foul trouble and never got into a groove. Just quick one-touch pass. It's almost like hot potato, and it's so selfless, the offense right now.
And, you hear this all the time. It's very simple, fundamental basketball. You get the rebound and look up court, and that's what they've done all game long, plain and simple. If you're Andrea O'Connor, you grab the rebound, hold it over your head, you look up court, and that's why they're getting all these nice little layups and fast break points there, Frank.
You controlling up top. Excuse me, that's Faison now. Hands over to you on the right wing. Down low is Galetta. Trying to work on Kellner here, spinning towards the middle. Hands off for Kockenmeister. That shot no good. There's Kellner with it. Again, quick passing here as Kellner thought about the three, instead goes inside to O'Connor. Kelly heading for the baseline, up off the glass, no good. The rebound to Giron, and she finishes.
Look at that ball movement. Goes in, out, back in. Andrea O'Connor kicks it back out to Brooke Kelly. She gets a great look. Doesn't go in, but Goran gets it. And here it is again. Stanford just moving up and down the court. Ferocious pace.
Kelly inside for O'Connor, but Galetta swatted it from behind. Now the Cardinals want to run in transition. Galetta all the way to the rack, off the glass, and it's good.
How about Shea Galetta there? Gets the block, goes coast to coast. Nice layup. Big bucket there for the Cardinals.
Lancidel to Giran down low. Her layup no good and couldn't control her own rebound. Really the first mishap the Black Knights have had on the offensive glass. We haven't even mentioned how second chance points have really been a big difference maker in this one as well.
It has, and that's where I mentioned the second quarter especially. It's where the boxing out has been huge for the Black Knights. So they're getting a lot of their points on both sides of the court. You talk about looking up court after getting a defensive rebound. It's also the offensive rebounds as well.
There's Kellner with it. Kicked outside to Kelly. All was swatted inside, and Conforti able to control the rebound. And other than Trumbull, who can probably match up size-wise with the Black Knights, they're going to have a height advantage over almost every team they play this year, Kev. But you look back at that Ridgefield game, and it was the presence of the Middlebrooks, O'Hara, Colonel down low, both on the offensive and defensive glass, that really propelled the Cardinals to that victory, as Martinez picking up her third three of the night.
Third three-pointer of the night. She's looked great from three-point land, but you mentioned the Ridgefield Tigers, despite their disadvantage maybe on the size, not having a tall players like the Stamford Black Knights and Trumbull Eagles, they do it with their defense. And it's scary how good that Ridgefield Tigers defense really is.
Some physical play that time down low in the paint as Martinez feeling it with the runner. Come on.
How about that? Pump fake on the three, gets a runner to go in. Pretty play there by Camille Martinez.
Stanford back to that zone. Kokenmeister's three-pointer no good, and Martinez the rebound. O'Connor trying to run the floor. Nice pass down low. Kelly inside the layup, too easy.
Unselfish. Stamford Black Knights, they're doing a great job of getting everyone a touch on the ball. Andrew O'Connor, great assist there. The smart timeout by Coach Hernandez for the Greenwich Cardinals.
With 2:43 remaining, trailing by 23. It is 48-25 on High School Hoops Night right here on the HAN Network. Back on the HAN Network at Kutzo Gymnasium on the campus of Stanford High School. And while we have a second, Kevin, we want to offer a special congratulations to Fairfield Ward's Giacomo Brancato. He has hit the 1,000 career point mark now for the Fairfield Ward Mustangs. He was 23 shy heading into that matchup against Wilton last week, finished with 16, so he has picked up his 7th point in tonight's game. A tremendous young athlete, an even better young man, and we could not be happier for him, so congratulations to Giacomo.
Yeah, big congratulations to Giacomo there. Got to speak with him before that Wilton game. I was so impressed with his professionalism and how humble he was. You know, I asked him about the 1,000 point. He said, it doesn't matter to me. It's about winning with my team. Everything's about the team. And Frank, he's going to Fairfield to play baseball. You know, you talk about a terrific athlete. He's not even going to college to play basketball.
Now, we cannot wait to see him and the Ward Mustangs again this spring after their great run last year through the state playoffs and the FCIAC as well. Another unselfish play in O'Connor. It's the end result this time.
How about Kellner? Been impressed with her assists tonight. Great look inside, little dish off to O'Connor.
Anderson down low, another rebound to O'Connor. We didn't get to see much of Andrea in that first game we covered this year just because she got into foul trouble as Martinez feeling it in the corner and she's off the mark, no good.
And that's something that the Greenwich Cardinals, and I think a lot of teams will take note of, especially the Tigers after winning that game, but a great look by Faison there. Nice finish by Shea Galetta.
Great pass there, using the bounce pass. Jayla Faison. Galetta up to 6 points in the quarter. Trying to scratch and claw their way back into this one, are the Cardinals. But they need to get some stops on the defensive end first. Here's Kelly with time and space from behind the arc. Oh, but went down, but it rattles in and out. Galetta looking for the baseline. Had to come back for Kokenmeister, but some miscommunication there. And it is turned over one more time.
The turnovers really have killed them. Killed the Cardinals all season long, especially during the season too. You know, these losses that they've had, Frank, haven't been by big margins, though. This is a Greenwich team that doesn't go down without a fight. So even though they're down by a wide margin, expect the Greenwich Cardinals to finish strong.
Martinez for three again. Just missed. Confident right now is Camille Martinez. Shooter's going to shoot, Kev.
Keep feeding shooters the ball. I've been preaching that all season long for boys and girls basketball.
Jaginski, good job running that one down. Her first points of the night. Inside of the other end, Kokenmeister responds.
Been impressed with her play tonight, even though the Cardinals only scored 29. You know, she's missed a couple of shots, but she does a great job of, you know, getting by defenders, putting up high percentage shots that may not necessarily have gone in, but that one right there was nice.
Kellner with 10 seconds up top, guarded tightly by Galetta. Beat her off the dribble to the right side, and Anderson came over to reject that layup attempt.
Nice job by Anderson there. Getting a little revenge as she's been blocked several times tonight.
4 seconds left. Inbound to Kellner with time and space, and she knocks down the 6-foot jumper as time expires in the third. All Black Knights on Pink Night here at Stamford High School. The lead is 54-29. We'll step aside and be back with the final 8 minutes of action right after this on the HAN Network.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Palo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Back on the HAN Network, it is high school hoops night here in Fairfield County. An update on one of those big games from the boys' side. Wilton leading Darien 42-40 with 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. From the Z, Darien would move in to first place in the East Division with a win over the Warriors. Blue Wave been knocking off conference powers all season long, currently on a 7-game win streak heading into undefeated Wilton tonight, Kev.
That's going to be a great game. How about that Fairfield War game we had last week? Fun time over there at Wilton at the Fieldhouse. I feel like I always see a great game there. Nice shot again, Brooke Kelly. But Frank, I talked about in that broadcast how this wouldn't be an easy match tonight for Wilton going up against a strong Blue Wave team. So looking forward to keeping an eye on that.
Just pointed out from our assistant director, he has been demoted. No fouls in that third quarter, Kev. Very clean play.
You know what? You're right. I have been impressed. Both teams are, have been very disciplined. Greenwich, a couple turnovers which have hurt them, but they just missed a lot of their shots tonight, which is why they're down by so much. But nothing to hang your head too much about tonight for Greenwich.
And another thing too, you saw it on that first possession, Kevin, where Brooke Kelly was able to convert the three. It was an offensive rebound by Alexa Kellner to extend that possession.
See, that's where it really has hurt Greenwich Cardinals tonight, the offensive boards for the Black Knights. It's just the size has really hurt them tonight. Andrea O'Connor, Alexis Kellner, Garand have been so good.
Jagodzinski had an open look for three in the corner, no good, and Yu controls the rebound. And really, I thought the Cardinals played better at times offensively in that third quarter, but it felt as though Stanford didn't go a possession without any kind of points as Anderson inside converts and the foul.
Nice job by Jayla Faison there. Crafting her way through the defense. Nice little fancy assist.
Little scoreboard confusion here. They've got it right now with 6:24 remaining. So Anderson at the free throw line. No good. First miss of the night for either team. In fact, Stanford yet to shoot a free throw tonight, Kevin.
It's a pretty amazing stat to think about.
Be leading by 26 without a single free throw attempt.
I have seen games, coming down to the fourth quarter, they haven't hit a free throw, but eventually they will. But I don't know if I've ever seen a game where one team doesn't go to the foul line.
If you go back a couple years to the NCAA tournament, I believe it was 2013. The Michigan Wolverines played Tennessee in a first-round game. Michigan scored 71 points in that game with only one free throw attempt in the first half, and they actually missed the attempt. And a little similar to what we're seeing tonight offensively, in the sense that so many teams this year have relied on free throws to help produce offense, but it's been just a true offensive performance tonight from the Black Knights.
It really has. They've been doing a great job of looking up court after getting a rebound, and just they're using their speed. Talk about the size as well when they finally use possessions and not necessarily running up and down the court. And they've just caught Greenwich watching the basketball, I think, and Greenwich hasn't done a nice job, hasn't done a good job of getting back on defense.
Open three for Silpot, no good. Kokenmeister the rebound. Trying to run in transition. Hesitated for a moment. Now kicks outside. Conforti with it. Looking for help, but nobody there. Jagodzinski comes up with it. All the way to the rack. Does she go? And Conforti, the freshman, swatted it right back. And they keep possession.
How about the freshman there? Nice play. And she gets the ball back. That'll definitely catch the eye of the varsity coach there.
No shortage of blocks tonight from either side. 57-33 with under 5 to play. Kicked outside as Galetta spots up a deep two. No good. Conforti the rebound. Couldn't get it to go.
How about the freshman, Frank? She couldn't quite get it to go in, but great hustle tonight.
Looked as though Silpot sent that one as if she was packing to Marthier, and instead waiting there was Kelly Jadzinski. Difference between the 5'6" junior and the 6'3" senior.
Yeah, there it is. There's that size advantage again. Jayla Faison checks out. She's got a bloody nose.
An update from that Darien Wilton game. The Blue Wave with a 1-point lead at the end of the third quarter. 45-44 over undefeated Wilton. Conforti inside, and she draws the foul.
That's something to definitely keep an eye on as the night goes on. But you look at this Wilton team, especially last week against Ward, struggling to really find their identity in that early part of the game, and then finally in the second half, everything just opened up for them.
Conforti missed on the first attempt.
It'll be fun to see how Julia Conforti will develop as the years goes on for her. She's only a freshman, getting some quality varsity minutes.
She and Megan Lansadell of the Black Knights, both freshmen, playing a lot for both these teams respectively. Will be relied on heavily over the course of their 4-year careers. It's Anderson back to the foul line. Missed her last attempt from the charity stripe. No good again. All right, we've just received word from John Nash of the Hour, Kevin, who has reported that Wilton is now without Jack Williams and Matt Cronenberg.
Wow.
Both out with injuries as Lansadell spots up from the free throw line. No good. Gear ran the offensive rebound and the putback.
That's really been the story of the game, Frank, right there. Offensive rebounds, getting the extra point there. That's really been the struggle for Greenwich, as Stanford's really used the size advantage tonight.
Under 4 minutes to play. High school hoops game of the week. It was a rematch of the Class LL State Championship between Stamford and Greenwich. The Black Knights looking to improve to 4-2 against the Cardinals in their last 6 meetings, including that state championship win last year. I want to thank all of our viewers watching, whether it is at HAN.network or on the HAN Network app, which is now available in the App Store and the Google Store, any of your tablets or devices. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook Instagram, and Twitter. Our HAN Network handle. Make sure you check out all of our shows during the week, too. Always got your coffee break at 11 a.m. with Kate Chaplensky. Home better in the biz than Katie Clocks.
She's going to enjoy that shout-out thing, I'll tell you that.
Got Arts and Leisure with Steve and Sally from the couch on Mondays. The Drive with Denise, and Denise had a great episode today. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out in our on-demand section. Tomorrow you'll get your CT Pulse with some Connecticut politics with Kate and Josh. And, of course, my personal favorite on Thursdays, the Yankee Fisherman, John Kovach at 1 o'clock. Cannot wait to get to go fly fishing with John in the spring.
Yeah, when's that happening, by the way?
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough, okay. I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see some film of that trip.
Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit before he decides that we're going to go out for that trip. Might have been more of an ice fishing segment had we gone this week.
I still would have enjoyed watching that.
You know what? Beggars can't be choosers, Johnny. I would do either or. All right. It was just some of the work we're doing here at the HAN Network, and, of course, we've got all of our high school broadcasts throughout weeknights, too. And February going to be a huge month here on the network with the FCIAC championships coming up, covering nearly all of those championships. Starting Thursday, February 2nd, the track and field championships from the Hill House Fieldhouse.
I'm looking forward to that, Frank. I am really excited. You know, I had a lot of friends who ran track in high school, and you know, I've been to those. They're fun events, even as a spectator.
We did the cross-country championships in the fall together, and it's so much fun when you get all 17 schools together, and there's so many different events that will be going on. Everyone with the network, all of our sports editors, our interns will all be playing a role that day. We'll have a couple of athletic directors and coaches from around the conference come spend time with us and hopefully get to talk to many of the winners that day as well. We'll have the cheerleading championships coming up not too long after that. Goleta, no good with that one. February is going to be a very exciting month, and we get our first look at FCIAC wrestling this year tomorrow, Kevin. We are at Danbury High School for the match between Fairfield Ward and the Danbury Hatters.
I was just about to mention that. I'm also looking forward to that. That's going to be a very cool experience there. You see Lancito went down hard there. We're going to see a timeout. So looks like she's going to be all right.
Looks like she might have had a player land on top for the training staff. Will come over and give her some attention. See if this is a true timeout taken with 1:07 remaining. Or if we'll just get the quick injury substitution. That's what it appears to be. 64-33.
And Frank, it'll be interesting to see in these next couple of weeks how Greenwich, adjusts after a loss like this. Will they bounce back? That's something that I'm definitely going to keep an eye out, and a lot of teams will keep an eye out as well. For Stanford, this could be the game that starts this hot streak. And we look at teams, up and down each sport for boys and girls. The hot team really, ends up finding their way to the championship in whatever sport it is. So maybe this could be the game for Stanford where they find their stride and make their run to the championship.
Stanford will play again Friday. They host St. Joe's. A bit of a trap game there. Joe's struggling this year, at least to this point right now. But when you look ahead after that, next week, on Tuesday night, they travel to Danbury. And you figure both teams will be tied for third at that moment in time, Kevin.
And, we've been there. We've been to Danbury. It's not an easy place to play. That's another gym where you feel like the fans are really on top of you, especially that student section. Being there, being in Wilton, those are two hostile environments. So that'll be a great game, a big test for Stanford.
And really, St. Joe's, and then after that, life gets very difficult. Danbury, Staples, and Ward all on the road before they're at home against Norwalk, as the Knights will let time run out on this one. An impressive win on Pink Night, for the Black Knights, 64-33 your final with Stamford over Greenwich. We'll step aside one more time and be right back with the final analysis from Kutso Gymnasium right after this on the HAN Network.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Palo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached 1.7 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on high school hoops night here on the HAN Network. Frank Granito and Kevin Coleman. Final score, Stamford 64 and Greenwich 33. And we took you through the calendar for Stamford upcoming, Kevin. Looking at Greenwich's, the next game might be the biggest of the season. You get Norwalk. So an opportunity to climb right back into a tie for 4th place. You would hold the tiebreaker. Then after that, they will see the Trumbull Eagles show. This is the 3rd straight loss, a real crossroads moment now for the Cardinals because they could be looking at potentially 4 or 5 losses in a row if they can't right the ship.
You talk about a tough stretch. That is a really, you talk about these next couple weeks are crucial for the Greenwich Cardinals and their playoff hopes. Tonight just wasn't their night, plain simple. They just couldn't finish tonight. You talk about some great open looks they had, though. They just weren't hitting their baskets tonight, plain and simple. Basketball teams have these nights, and for Greenwich, they just need to forget about this game, start a new slate. They can't dwell on this, move on, and hopefully they can get a result. That's a big game against Norwalk, and then to have Trumbull right after that, not easy.
For Stamford, it was a team win. They looked very balanced. The depth was on display. It looked like that championship team we saw last year with the Black Knights. They've got to feel very confident heading into a tough stretch of road games now with Danbury, Staples, and Fairfield Ward all coming up on the road. Staples and Ward are going to be very hungry too, fighting for those 7th and 8th spots, trying to stay in the hunt.
Well, I talked about it. I just touched upon it. This could be the game that really breaks out the season for Stamford. And this could start a winning streak for them to go in the playoffs and get a win like this against a very good Greenwich Cardinals team. This is going to be a confident Stamford team, but tough stretch. But this is going to be a fun ride for them. We'll see if they can continue the great success and we know that they have the postseason experience.
Scary to think we are only 25 days away from the girls' basketball tournament. We are 8 days away now from the start of the FCIAC postseason. Kevin, a lot of fun. Thanks for being here tonight. We've got wrestling tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock from Danbury, the Fairfield Ward Mustangs, and the Danbury Hatters in our Game of the Week, featuring 2 of the top teams, not only in the conference, but in the state. Of course, your coffee break with Kate Japlensky at 11, CT Pulse, Josh and Kate at 12:30, Nutmeg Sports at 2. Kevin will be there. For Kevin Coleman, I'm Frank Granito, all of us here at the HAN Network. We thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow right back here on the HA.